You're gonna find out in this video the true impact of my first week of training for IBJJF in April during Ramadan. And the numbers are going to shock you, but I'll get to that in a second. So going into this second week of fasting Ramadan while training for IBJJF, I think things are gonna be easier because daylight savings time just kicked in. And so that means we get an extra hour in the morning. So instead of starting fast at like 5 something, let's say 5 o'clock a.m., now we start fast at 6 o'clock a.m. here in the Northeast. Big difference. Big difference. Because, you know, like I said before, I normally wake up at 4:30 every morning. It's not something I try to do. It's just normal for me. This is going to be just me getting up any other time during the year. That actually gives me time to get in like a quick weight training session a couple of days a week. Because these are going to be short sessions, like 20 minutes. Normally by this time, any other time, if I'm this close to a tournament, I'm not touching a dumbbell, I'm not touching a barbell, I'm just doing calisthenics. But because I'm trying to, minimize the loss of muscle and strength, I've got to do some actual weight work. Probably that last week of fasting, which is going to be like a week before the tournament, I'll back off the weights completely. So that means I can get up at 4:30, have like a pre-workout with my normal creatine and all that stuff, hop downstairs to the basement, do like a 5 to 10 minute warm-up session, and then bang on like 15, 20 minutes, man, of like just as many rounds as possible in like 15, 20 minutes. Done. It's a wrap. The other benefit of this is that maybe that will increase my hunger a little bit. So I'll go and have a nice protein-filled suhoor so I can pack in that extra protein. I think that's going to make this week a game changer as opposed to last week. I had my episodes of really highs. You guys saw a couple of those. But overall, it's like my numbers were just in the tank, man. And man, they were even worse this morning. This morning was crazy, so check it out. So my body battery right now at 2 o'clock p.m. is 20. My training readiness is poor. It's a 5. I've never seen it that low before. And I've been tracking the training readiness almost since it came out a couple of years ago. And so I went to bed around probably 12:30 a.m. I wasn't too concerned about the time because I knew I could just go back to bed and sleep in as long as I wanted. And so that's partly why my numbers are as bad as they are. So yeah, training readiness, deep into the red. Body battery was really low. I don't remember what the number was. It's here on screen. You can see it. My heart rate variability was actually normal. It was like 70 something. My normal range is between 73 and 92 or something like that. For me, that's in the green. And that brought my overall heart rate variability from unbalanced back up into balanced for the past 7 days. My resting heart rate is coming down and returning back to baseline. And so I think resting today and eating well tonight and getting to bed at a decent hour, 10:30, even 11 would be okay. And then, getting up at 4:30 and starting my day, I think that's going to start me off well for the week. My thumb is healing well. It's still a little bit sore. I'll really get to test it out tomorrow night. Look, it's crunch time, man. The first week of Ramadan is over. My body has acclimated. Last week was just stressful in general. I put a lot of extra stress on me. And then you pack, fasting Ramadan on top of that, sleep deprivation on top of that, work stress. I mean, it was just like the perfect storm. So this week, I'm going to be a lot more cognizant of managing my stress better and not piling so much onto myself. And now the grind is on. The grind is on. The next video is coming out. You're going to see me actually in the gym training. The grind is on. It has to be. Because we're getting close now to April, and I really need to get ready for this thing. I'll be breaking my fast, going to the gym, and then just grinding out the rounds. Look, I tell you what, fasting is tough. But if you think fasting is tough, try escaping side control after going without food and water for 13 hours. Then we can talk about struggle. Peace.